Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I want to talk to you today about what is going on with Afghanistan, China, Russia, and the US dollar and its implications. This isn't trading advice. Don't take it as trading advice. I'm not a financial professional. I'm just a dude with a bro hawk and a dream. But I know a lot of people lately in some of my videos talking about what's going on with Russia and providing military assistance to different countries, talking about oil, talking about commodities. I've came across very serious, and quite frankly, I can't stress this more. This is an absolute, in my opinion, very serious time. And I think it's time for people to really wake up, really get the information out, and watch what is going on, and understand that we're living in crazy historic times. All right, here we go. So, first off, I want to explain something very clearly. China and Russia have been working together for a long time. They have been working together to slowly and then all at once. It's going to seem like that, all at once. But right now, for years, slowly working on getting an alternative to the US dollar for trade. They have been upset, and everybody's got their opinions. But they've been upset that they feel that they have not had a fair shake, and they want an alternative to the US dollar for trade. They don't like the fact that they are forced to go and buy oil with US dollars, and that the US can just keep printing it like crazy and just handing it to them. And they want to do something about it. So one thing they did was they built an alternative to the SWIFT program, because they were sick and tired of having to rule or hide or get hit with economic sanctions through the SWIFT program. And it's very simple to explain. If you guys don't know what it is, I'm just going to super broad. SWIFT is a messaging platform that tells one bank to another or any financial institution, hey, there's some money coming, and then, hey, the money got there. And they go, okay, cool. It sounds funny, but it's literally as simple as that. And when we impose sanctions on countries because they go outside of what we believe they should, we cut off their ability for financial institutions to speak to each other, like wire money, so it cripples them economically, all right? So that's what sanctions are. So they built something called SIPs. And they've been working on other alternatives as well, too, behind the scenes, some blockchain-based things. And then they've been working with SDRs as well. So everything that's been going on right now with Russia going to multiple countries and saying, hey, we're going to provide you not only military protection, we're going to give you equipment, everything from rockets to jets. And I know that Russia has been selling equipment for years. We know that. But they're becoming more and more emboldened to go out with some really big, and it's during very key times where everyone's over here looking at the news over here, and they're signing agreements with multiple countries over here, all right? So what we're going to talk today about is the Taliban announcing that China will now be their main partner to rebuild, all right? This to say that this is so big, it's a big deal. So first off, a couple points. They said, first off, China's ready to invest. Yeah, that's absolutely true. They have been ready to invest for a long time. But what's happening behind the scenes that people don't realize is this. Taliban came out and said, and I'm going to try and find the article and I'm going to link it below, that they value China's Belt and Road Initiative. Now, if you don't know what the Belt and Road Initiative, I want you to go look it up. I actually did an interview, and I'm going to put it below, with Andy Sheckman, where we were talking about China's Belt and Road and how big of a deal it is. So the Taliban values this, all right? And they say also that this will reignite the ancient Silk Road. Now remember, in America, we have X amount of history. We learn about history in schools. But in other cultures, they live history. It's a part of them. We learn about it and think about it every once in a while, or talk about it. They live it. They pass stories down differently than we do. And the Silk Road was a very important trade route. I'm sure in school you've read about the East India Trading Company and how that ballooned, but you really need to look behind the scenes at the power that's given to whoever runs the trade routes. And so Afghanistan is a very key part of the Silk Road, the Belt and Road Initiative. And so they needed Afghanistan to bring through a specific trade route. And there's maps all over Google if you want to look it up. But what this means, and you're going, okay, what does this mean to me, Ninja? All right. As these agreements are formed and more military protection is provided for countries, money is provided to countries to rebuild and put these trade routes through, What's happening is more countries are watching what the United States does, because the United States has controlled all of this for so long. And if they don't do anything, they're waiting to watch what they do. And if they don't do anything, they're going to themselves jump onto this new system because they know where this is headed. And what it means is that there's going to be literally week by week less countries needing as many US dollars, which means we will not be able to export our inflation, which many people don't understand how that works. But it's true. If the sheer amount of money we've been able to print, not only in physical currency, which isn't much, but also ones and zeros on computers, we would have been in hyperinflation a long, long time ago. The problem is, the reason why we're not is because a lot of countries are holding those as assets because they may need them later on to purchase oil and other commodities. When they figure out that they don't need it anymore, that they can either transact in the yuan, which there is a specific yuan now that is gold backed, certain bond issuance that's gold backed. So that brings a lot of value, clarity, and trust into the system, right? Or they can find out that they can indeed purchase goods in their currency from specific other countries. They're going to start selling those dollars. But first, what they're going to do is they're going to stop buying as many dollars. Now, we've already seen that, where like example is Japan's largest pension fund, and they're big. They have drastically reduced the amount of dollars that they have purchased to put in their pension fund. That's the first step. The second step is them actually going and now selling the dollars. Now, in a worldwide, which I believe this is, and again, this isn't trading advice, financial advice, I believe that we are in a worldwide currency crisis right now. The world is trying to find the next currency, whether it be a regional governmental currency like the yuan or the Russian ruble, or it be a basket of currencies like the SDRs. I believe that you are about to see people start to sell their dollars. And when everybody is trying to do it at once, just like everybody running down to the grocery store and buying up all the toilet paper at once, the only person that's going to accept those dollars is the USA. And I'm not talking about the Fed. At first, it comes in different waves. It's going to be them trying to buy up assets in this country, which will lead to a hyperinflation. Remember, all currencies die one way, and that goes into a hyperinflation. They don't die any other way. There's never been a day where they just go, hey, let's just change the currency, all right? The only time I've ever seen that in recorded history where they just said, hey, let's just change the currency, nothing's really, really going that bad, was the euro. But to really dive down why they did that is a whole nother thing, and probably the video wouldn't do very good. Let's put it that way. So I hope you guys got something from this. And you're probably going, what would I do, Ninja? Okay, let's put it this way. If I'm right, and week after week, in the next 90 days, we start to see, to say there's been a ton of stories, this country signing on with Russia, this country signing on with Russia, this country signing on with China. If we keep seeing that, and we start seeing dollars start to flow in, we see the USD index drop below 90 and start heading down to the mid 80s. It means that everything you know of is going to get expensive. That's how it works. And so you want to hedge, you want to purchase some extra food, you want to, do certain things. But just remember, even if real estate skyrockets, it's not because your neighbor went and bought a new house. Because if your wages aren't going up as fast as the inflation is, it's not going to be the normal person buying real estate, okay? Precious metals have always done very well during an inflationary and then hyperinflationary event. They preserve your purchasing power. There's going to be some cryptos that do very well during these times, but actually I can't say very well. What I believe you're going to see is them keep up. So they're going to become a store of value, like decentralized blockchains like Bitcoin. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I thank you so much for your time. I just wanted to get it out. This is really big news. The Taliban is using China to rebuild. All right, guys, with that being said, I thank you so much. The Economic Ninja is out.